Hello guys, how are we doing? Today's video is going to be a sort of a summary, a guide, little tips and tricks on how to use an automaton or any AR of that sort on Bocage. It's typically, well, it is one of the smaller maps on Ranked Vanguard. It's very SMG dominated, and if you're a main AR and using an SMG isn't your strong point, then I'm hoping this video can help you out, give you a few tips, some spots maybe to sit if you are playing as a main AR. Currently I'm using the Sten. I get bodied like that, so I switch it out. I was feeling a bit trolly, you know when you're on one of those moves and you just want to try a different gun. And I heard the Sten had a little bit of a buff, so I was trying that out, but it just I didn't have the setup and it wasn't rolling for me. So yeah, the gameplay for the rest of the game is mainly going to be using the automaton. I may get the MP40 out later in the game, but it's basically just going to be me talking through tips and tricks and how to still benefit and play well using the auto. This gameplay in particular, I dropped 58 kills and only died 21 times with nearly a minute on the hill, so I still do my part for the team. I'm not like I'm camping off hill. But I do want to just say a disclaimer before we get into this video, and this was my second game on, maybe without a warm-up, so my shots weren't as good as they usually are, so bear that in mind. But nevertheless, I still go 28 and 20, 28? That'd be awful. 58 and 21 using an auto, which I don't think is too shabby. So right here, we're playing a bit of an off angle on P2 on Bocage. My teammates chilling on time down at the tank, and I've sort of got this whole cut off, so they're going to be spawning back left in the dirt sort of area or river, whatever you guys want to call it, and essentially they can't get to him unless they nade him or they do that flank, which is a bit of a shame. We did have a teammate behind us, but hey, it is what it is. We managed to get a decent amount of time there. So yeah, I was really just holding the cut off. When you're playing as an AR on Bocage, you sort of want to stick to the longer range gunfights, because obviously if you are playing against people who are pretty good at the game and they can shoot their shots straight with an MP40, you are going to get gunned at those closer ranges, so you want to be playing at those longer ranger gunfights. And even if you aren't a strong SMG, I would recommend just picking one up to put it in your back pocket, like I've done here. It just means you can... that pissed me off, that pissed me off. It just means you can still contest in gunfights if you need to get in the mix. This is what I mean about my shots. Ignore the wanky shots, because throughout the game obviously I do improve. Blah 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 blah. So for P3 right here, what I like to have is as an AR is to hold this sort of line of sight. I did have a feeling someone would be there. Sort of hold this long line of sight. So the chances are they will be spawning that way. I'm not entirely sure what's happening with the spawns. I don't know what's changed in Vanguard, but the past couple of days I've been playing, one, my connection has been bloody awful, and two, the spawns seem a bit odd. Like, I got to the point where I was happily confident in my spawn knowledge on the game, and then suddenly it's a bit wanky. It might just be the team I'm playing with weren't exactly holding the areas they meant to, or I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, moving on to the barn hard point right here. You want to get rid of those trophies where you see them, especially if you know they're in enemies, because they're a nightmare otherwise. Especially on Bocage, where it's very SMG stuns and nades heavy. You do really want to be putting your trophy down where possible. And to break kills, obviously you need the trophies gone. That's the biggest thing. So yeah, moving on to this barn hard point. I'm sort of... A lot of people play auto or an AR and they sort of don't want to get on the hill. That's not the way you should be playing it. You should be, if you can, open up the hill before you get into it. That's the idea. So on the barn hard point, I was, clear mid. But I was running through it, so I knew no one was there. They would be spawning back right in tins, so you sort of get into the hard point. I had someone already in there, and just chow those longer ranges, because the MP40 damage fall off sort of takes place fairly mid-range. So the automaton time to kill it is quicker than the MP40 after. I can't remember what the actual range is, like 15 meters or something like that, but yeah. Now this is the money hill when you're an AR, because this is a bloody long street. You probably even get away with using the sniper here if you are playing really trolly. Yeah, AR, sit back here, yeah, you'll be laughing. You can either do that or sit up to your right or sit up on the tree. I'm not sure exactly where I'll go off spawn here. But you want to be in a position where One, you can stop people getting to the hill, or if they do get to the hill, you can stop them, getting free time, and also anchoring spawns. So, as a main AR, which is sort of a role I've been falling into more recently. I mean, I'm a flex. I pick up an SMG all the time, but I've been filling that AR role more commonly because a lot of people use SMGs, and I feel like you need a strong AR, a fairly strong AR on the map at all times, no matter what map it is, even Bocage. So right here, I've got an MP40 out just because I know, things are a bit tight with this P1 hill. Our teammates are still spawning out, so I'm just trying to be a bit mischievous here. And this is one of the things I see not enough ARs doing. If you've got the chance to get hill, if you've got an MP40 in your hand in your back pocket, just pick it up. I know a lot of ARs, to be fair, don't use an SMG, which is why they're ARs. But for me, I'm happy using both, so I have the benefit of being able to do that. So P2, I'm going to do exactly what I did last time and sit in this back tin. You've got a lovely little heady here. You can pretty much see the whole of the hill from range. So yeah, you're looking good if you can get this. However, if you spawn this side, most places on the hill are visible, apart from those bloody barrels on the back left of the hill. Getting rid of people on that is tough. You sort of want to use your nades, you sort of want to work around the map to get to them like I've done there, that sort of thing. But yeah, other than that, you sort of really want to play as a plat or AS, what is now AS&D. I'm absolutely frying here, by the way. I don't know what's going on. These are all one shot, and I'm happy they are because otherwise I probably wouldn't have got the kills. Right, moving on to P3. P3. Sorry, this is the hardest. That guy's a bot. Bless him. Moving on to P3 here. If you are playing as an auto or an AR of any sort, either you can sit where I'm sitting right now, or the tank on the back left of the map, and just pick him off spawn. Obviously, I've had the opportunity to get into the top for free, so I did that, and then sort of tried to have an impact, but I forgot that bloody breakthrough thing is there. I hope to God Modern Warfare 2, when it comes out this year, considering it's going to be out for 2 years, doesn't have any of this broken wall bollocks, because it is so infuriating to play with. It screwed with aim assist for the first few weeks, actually maybe months of the game. Yeah, it just wasn't an ideal addition. It's good fun. I mean, it's nice for pubs, but I don't think it's got a place on the competitive side of things. Right, moving from P3 to the barn hard point. Poor guy had no idea where we were. As you can see, I'm sort of playing, I wouldn't say the longer lines of sight, because if I were really to play the longer lines of sight, I'd be, chilling elsewhere. But from where I'm sitting, you want to be making sure that you've always got the advantage of having an AR compared to a sub. So right here, I'm expecting the gunfight deep in the spawn or backed in. So I'm sort of pre-aiming, playing for those longer lines of sights. Again, picking up that SMG when needs be. So say this is how to play as an AR on Bocage, and I pick up an SMG. That's just classic me. But I think it is necessary for you to be able to flex if you can. And thankfully, I've got my teammate Fott here, going to the new hill, and I whiffed my aim completely because I'm a bot. As you guys know, I'm usually an SMG, so getting used to playing as a sub is a bit, as an AR is a bit wanky sometimes. So for this hill, if you're spawning this side, this spot here is quite nice because it enables you to be able to see, one, the street on the left, all the way down the street, and two, you can see like the tree heady. That, or you can sit here and just pick them off like so. Obviously, the point is open here, and it was potentially a place for me to jump on the point, but I'm in such a power position here for free, it's not something I really wanted to do. I don't know what's wrong with my graphics settings, but I can never see anything that's up there like that. It's just so smoky. In hindsight there, I probably should have stayed at the top. I thought, you know what, if I can get a little bit more time, I will, but probably wasn't the right choice. I'm looking for this dude. I have no idea where he is. So for P1, you sort of want to chill a relatively long distance away from the hill. I say long. You want to be like off of it, but not like so far off of it that you can't run to it if it gets free time, you know. So I'm sort of chilling this sort of area. A place I like to sit is up here, which is exactly where I'm going now. You get a good overview of the hill, and since they changed it from having from being able to contest from the little bit of the side room, you can see pretty much the whole hill from this side, which is nice. So again, as you are the AR, it is essentially, unless you're getting timer, unless you're having a big impact on the current hill, obviously it's completely subject to what's happening on the map. It is mainly your responsibility to be rotating, getting the kills initially, and, you know, getting the spawns for the next hard point, and that's the same on Bocage. I mean, it doesn't change based on the map. But as I said, it's completely situational. If you are, you know, having a big impact at the current hill, and killing your teammates with your bloody shitty streaks like that, then you can stay put. But yeah. There it is. I get 58 kills. My mate Mercs gets 59. Fought with 35, sorry, and then neutral with 45. Pretty good game. But I hope this has given you an insight in how to use an auto on the map. Bocage, because as I say, it's a very SMG weighted map, just because it's all very close range. But yeah, if you have any questions down below, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them down below. As I say, I reply to all my comments when I get around to it. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. If I don't see you before the weekend ends, have a good one, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.